Hello, everyone. Very nice to be here again. Thank you, Nicola, for the invitation to moderate another leasing panel. What a year to 2025. It's been a very interesting year in the leasing world. But before we kick off the discussion, maybe I'd like to make the necessary introductions. Mr. Eahan, Director of the Shipping Business Department, is sitting next to me. Miss Ashley Xiao is, you can see Ashley. Sorry, because I can't see you all.
No problem.
Apologies. Yeah. She's the Deputy General Manager of China Merchants Financial Leasing. Mr. Zhang is the Vice General Manager of the Ship Leasing Division at CDB Leasing. And last but not least, we have Mr. Peter Chao, who's the Head of Shipping at Minsheng Financial Leasing. Thank you all for coming here today. As I said, it's been a very interesting year. It's very encouraging to see a number of ship owners here from around the world. It's a testament to the fact that Chinese financing is and will be a dominant force in the ship finance space. You cannot detach shipping from China and China from shipping. I think everybody knows that around the world. It's also, despite the doom and gloom that we heard back in April, it seems that things have kind of rationalized. Everybody's positioning themselves for the future, both the ship owners, the financiers. So we are entering into interesting times. What I can tell you from my perspective, because I'm an independent, I'm not independent because I work with these guys a lot, and the team that we have in Asia is predominantly involved in Chinese-related financings. But what I can tell you is that back in April, we never expected that we would be as busy as we are. So people do explore opportunities. So let me kick off the discussion by asking you how this year has been for each of you so far, and what are you expecting until the end of the calendar year? Maybe I start with you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Kalispera. And my name is Eahan from Bank of China Financial Leasing, or BOC Leasing in short. And firstly, I wish to have some brief introduction about my company. And BOC Leasing is a sole ship leasing arm under the Bank of China Group. And unlike Bank of China, which was established over 113 years ago, and a pioneer in global shipping finance community, BOC Leasing is the youngest leasing house in China. And we only get engaged into the ship leasing business after 2023. However, we are very active and motivated into expanding our shipping portfolio. And after 2 years development, currently our shipping asset consists of over 50 vessels, and with coverage of all main types of merchant ships, and cooperating with top-tier clients from both domestic and abroad. And going back to the questions from Chris, that this year has been very turbulent, and I think nobody could envisage the current situation a year ago, even 6 months ago. And for us, BOC Leasing, we are somehow less exposed to this chaos or geopolitical fallouts. I think both in multitude and magnitude compared with our counterparts, mostly because we are newcomer in the market and the portfolio in our hand is relatively smaller. And I think for the remainder of the year, we'll be very eager to expand further, as I just introduced, at least trying to catch up with the market position of our holding, which is one of the top 4 commercial banks in China and also the top 10 shipping finance providers globally. Yeah.
And a very active team too. A very young and smart people. Mr. Zhang, would you?
Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah. About this question, I can see that this year has been a challenging year for us. The number of new deals we've closed is less than last year. And we don't expect to catch up in the final quarter. However, we still achieved significant breakthroughs in the offshore sector. On the financing front, we successfully led 2 key deals, one FPSO project with a partnership with SBM, and another FLNG project with Gona. On the operating lease side, we placed an order for 8 PSVs at Chinese shipyards. All in all, our performance this year is still decent. Thank you.
Thank you. Ashley?
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Good afternoon. I'm Ashley from China Merchants Financial Leasing, CMFL. It's my honor to join this panel. To your question, yeah, it's been a challenging year for everyone because we are navigating so many uncertainties. I think this year, we have to digest the news on almost a day-to-day basis, and we have to contact with our clients closely to cope with anything may happen. But fortunately for CMFL, we are doing good so far. This year we still close new transactions with new clients, including new builds and the second hands, and also we remain solid relationships with existing clients. And as of today, our fleet have over 17 vessels, and it's almost cover all vessel types. And we still expand our client basis gradually. And so we will be hanging there for the next few months. And for the next year, right?
Yes.
After that. And I think it will be an interesting year because we will have the midterm elections in the United States. We don't know if the Mr. President, he will tackle on the port fees issues again. So yeah, we will see. But for CMFL, we will stay always support the Chinese shipbuilding industry, Chinese shipping industry, and also support our clients, international and domestic, as always.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Mr. Sun Chao?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Zhang from Minsheng Financial Leasing Company, and we have the same opinion with other company. And this year we have to do a lot for the transportation structure, and we have to do a lot for the project, including all kinds of vessels and also offshore. And we think this year we can do more but we can do a lot for the next year and even the year after the next year. So we think we can come up with some other new structure for the clients and meet the market changing. Thank you.
Thank you. So that also pertains to 2026. Do you want to add anything about 2026, or that is about 2026?
Okay, about 2026, I have just noticed we have to do a lot for the 2026, and the world is changing all the time, but we can do a lot of innovation for the market, and always we can come into the new future. Thank you.
Yeah, Ashley, can I go back to you because Mr. Sun Chao mentioned something about structures. Are you also looking, because ultimately we're talking about financing, we're not talking about real ownership. Are you also exploring potentially alternative structures?
Yeah, we have lots of discussions on this issue, and I know many experts in this community. They are like you, Chris, and your good firm, trying to figure out some new structures and new, innovations. And yeah, we will keep our eyes on that. And because we also want, our clients to accept some news to adapt this new circumstances. Yes.
Thank you. Do you, Eahan, Mr. Zhang, would you like to add anything on 2026?
2026, yeah. Personally, I don't have a specific expectation for 2026. The current market is extremely complex and fluid. Factors like we just talked about in last panel about alternative fuels, geopolitical issues, and U.S. port fees, and China's retaliatory will demand consideration, and it's clearly most of us lack the ability to fully anticipate them. So I'm not expecting anything specific for 2026, but I'm ready to adapt to whatever comes. Specifically, I may focus more on new building financing deals and offshore-related transactions. Thank you.
Thank you.
For me, I think to make a long story short, 2026 we expect more drawdown, of course. Yes, I think the situation now is still unfortunately highly volatile. It seems to be 50-50, or some say 60-40 or 40-60, on whether the next step would be escalation or appeasement of the conflicts. And we are expecting the dust to settle as early as possible, like the majority of the stakeholders in this industry, to allow for long-term business decision-making and also the restoration of market confidence. But one thing for sure is that BOC Leasing, we will continue to be deeply involved in the market and looking for potential transactions vigorously and consistently. And we'll assess the potential transaction on the basis of balancing the charterer's credibility and the overall performance of the vessel. And we're willing to consider the cooperation with medium or small-sized ship owners as long as the leased asset is of high liquidity and reasonably leveraged. Yeah.
Thank you. Eahan mentioned the word asset many times. Any of you wants to speak about a particular asset that they are currently focusing on, or an asset that they wouldn't focus on at the moment? I mean, you've got people from around the world here. No? All assets are of interest, I guess. So if I had an FPSO or if I had an OSV offshore, would there be interest? Maybe
I can answer a little bit. In general, we are trying to diversify our fleet. So yes, we are open to look at all kinds of vessels, but of course the green and the young vessels are preferred, but it's always a case-by-case principle, right? And yeah, that's my idea.
Okay. Yeah, so the word adaptation was mentioned a couple of times. I'm personally of the opinion that Chinese leasing and Chinese financing in general will remain as a mainstream ship finance vehicle. I mean, since I came to Asia in 2015, the product has been evolving continuously. I mean, if you compare the leases that we see now to the leases that we used to do back in 2015, it's a completely different planet. And the flexibility is there. I mean, we mentioned the structures. Ultimately, as I said, we're talking about financing. But would you agree with me that Chinese leasing will remain in the forefront and that it will continue to adapt? Who wants to start? You want, Eahan? Sorry, please, Mr. Zhang.
I fully agree with you. The reason Chinese ship financing had grown from nearly nothing 2 decades ago to a global mainstream financing vehicle lies not only in its strong financial capacity, but also in China's shipbuilding strength and the growth of Chinese ship owners. Currently, even with some challenges, these core advantages have not been actually undermined. So Chinese financing will remain and first develop it as the mainstream status. Thank you.
Eahan?
Yeah. Actually, I read this article from Farley the other day saying that, I remember this sentence saying that Chinese leasing is evolving alongside with the client's need. And I think that's precisely the advantage of the Chinese leasing, to have the resilience and endurance when confronting the industrial challenges. I remember the last challenge we overcame was the introduction of IFRS 16, which basically eroded the competitive advantage of the operating lease. So I think also if you look at the portfolio today, Chinese lessors own approximately 8 to 9% of the global fleet and $170 billion worth of shipping asset. So, and I also agree that lease financing is now a mainstream leasing form in the shipping space. So that form will not just vanish overnight. So I believe in future Chinese leasing will adapt and again prosper in alignment with the potential market segmentation and the regulatory framework.
Yeah, I mean, if you consider the order book, I doubt that other sources can be able to meet the financing demands.
Yes.
Anyway, Ashley, would you like to add anything on that?
Yeah, I totally agree with you and Eahan and Mr. Zhang. Yes, like I heard many times today, we always can find opportunities in the challenges, right? So Chinese leasing account for more than 20% of the market shares. So it would be impossible to replace it easily. And more important, I think shipping market is shifting quickly. So we can react to any change very quickly as well. So I think just like the ship owners here can adjust and adapt the new regulations by rearranging their fleet, like which one goes to China, which one goes to the States. I think also for the Chinese lessors, we can adjust and adapt these new situations. Yeah, as we touched on before, we can find we know we are trying. We know some of us are trying to find new structures, new solutions. I think it also shows the innovation ability and the flexibility of us. I believe we can keep up with this dynamic market, and I think it's the biggest merits of Chinese leasing.
Thank you. Mr. Sun Chao?
Okay, yeah, thank you. We agree with my friends and you. Yes, Chinese leasing company is more flexible than the banks. We can do a lot of things that banks could not. And we have a long history, maybe not too long, about almost 20 years experience in shipping financing. So we can come up with another structure or more structure to meet the requirements of our clients and to deal with the difficulty now. Thank you.
Thank you. The other consequence, of course, of the big competition in the financing space, but also the recent developments, is that terms have become very, very competitive. Would you all agree with me? And is the right time for people to come and speak to you? I mean, to find the right way to enter into financing deals? Because, I mean, if I compare from what we see as a team, the terms that you guys are providing now, and you, I mean, the leasing community, compared to a few years ago, they certainly look more competitive. Mr. Zhang, would you like to?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. The ship financing market is in a fierce. We can see from many places like rat race. It's a situation that's not hard to deduce given the current shipping market conditions. Almost every ship owner has ample cash on hand, and too much capital is chasing limited new deal opportunities. This is a basic principle in both economics and business. Though it's very hard, but we have to accept that. If a thing is in your expectation, it's not easy to handle it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sun Chao?
Okay, thank you. I think we are focused on the essence, and we pay more attention to the essence, not just the credit company. And meanwhile, with respect to the shipping market, so we can just focus on the trade, the transaction, the product. So we think this can be okay for us.
Thank you. Eahan?
Yeah, I think the competition is the result of multiple factors. First, you have the high benchmark interest rate, although it's now in a downward trajectory, but it will deter the financial activities. And secondly, you have this sustained strong cash flow generated across all shipping sectors. And thirdly, you have this fully occupied yard slots and the asset value at the peak. And fourth, you have this fierce competition for us, mostly from the European banks. And last but not least, this, you can say, amplified bullish sentiment on the prospect of certain shipping sectors like the tankers due to the geopolitical tensions. So we can see the margin is shrinking over the past few years. And I think many of us, the Chinese lessors, have concluded many deals this year, but only to find ourselves at similar or even less balance at year end. So, but my advice to the ship owners, though, is to secure the current level of margin and this strong bargaining position given the geopolitical standoff and the decreasing SOFA. Because speaking from experience, historically, the benchmark rate and the margin are always in a reverse cycle. Yeah, that's my view.
No, it's a very good point. Ashley?
Yeah, yes, I agree. All panelists here that the competition is quite fierce nowadays, but not only between the Chinese lessors, but also the European banks and the Japanese lessors, etc. And for the ship owners, I think it's good, always good to have diversified fund resources, right? Yes, maybe the banks can be competitive on price, but Chinese leasings can offer more flexible terms and can scale up the project size. And also, yeah, like the word mentioned many times today, you have to balance, right? You balance your fleet, you balance your orders, you also have to balance your financings. So maybe you drop some terms here, but you can gain some theirs. So yeah, we always welcome the clients come to our office to have a chat and or have a project even better.
Yeah, would you like to mention a few more if you have competitive advantages that you have as a company?
To CMFL, yes, I think there are two competitive advantages of our company. First, we are a subsidiary of China Merchants Group. China Merchants Group was originated from the first shipping company in China back to 153 years ago in Qing Dynasty. So it's like shipping is in our business gene. And our group have ample resources in shipping. We have shipyards, which can build all kind of vessel types from the the LNG carriers, PCTCs, chemical tankers, etc. And we also have shipping companies in our group, which operate the leading VOCC and VOC fleet globally, and also have us under the finance sector. We support the shipping business externally and internally. And so thanks to the background of our group, I think CMFL, we have deeper understanding of the shipping market. We know the cyclic nature of the business, so which means we focus on long-term relationships, and we will stay in the market both in the peak and in the bottom. So that would be helpful to support our clients sustainably. And second, I think not like other peer companies, we are not a bank-owned company, which allows us more flexible in our business module. For example, we can do not only finance lease, but we also can do operating lease and equity investment. We can set up joint ventures with our partners. It also proves the long-term driven strategies. Yes, so basically we can offer more solutions to our clients.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like a bank, but Eahan, would you?
I think for BOC leasing, somehow we consider ourselves to be born with a silver spoon in our mouth. People ask which Bank of China, we say the Bank of China. So there's no adjectives in between and easier to be memorized. it's a joke, but Bank of China is not only one of the top 4 commercial banks in China, but also designated as the specialized bank for international trade settlement and foreign exchange operations. Actually, the first shipping finance transaction in China was concluded by Bank of China back in the 1960s. So being the sole ship leasing arm under the Bank of China group has given us not only the genes to conduct the shipping business, but also with many distinguished advantages. For example, we have this diversified channel of funding, which give us a relatively competitive pricing. And we have this strong support in terms of liquidity, business synergy, and a worldwide service network. As of today, Bank of China has set up institutions across 65 countries and regions globally, and do thereby form some kind of a broad marketing network. And finally, the BOC leasing as a company itself is new. And the ship leasing business is considered to be a strategic sector for our future developments. So our internal resources are guaranteed, and the company structure is flat managed and less bureaucracy, and we don't have any historic burden to impede sustainable development. So in future, we are confident that we are capable actually to outperform the others in terms of pricing, flexibility, efficiency, and the overall dedication to shipping.
Thank you. Mr. Zhang?
Yeah, thank you. I don't want to boast compared to other leasing companies. Yeah. But if I had to say, we do have a few limited yet crucial competitive advantages. For example, we had a very low-cost operating lease fleet that supports us steadily, regardless of market fluctuations. Another is high efficiency and flexibility our company possessed in shipping business operations, allowing us to respond quickly to market changes and client needs. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sun Chao, your competitive advantages. And just one last thing that I wanted to ask you, because, I mean, from what I understand, MSFL pre-COVID wasn't as active, and now, you seem to be back in the game. Maybe you can share with us your competitive advantages, but you can also tell us what is the story behind this, strong return in the market.
Okay, thank you. Minsheng Finance Leasing is set up in 2008. It's a long history in shipping financial business, and we have built a strong and steady team, and we have built a mature system for the business. And today we have set up a sub company in Hong Kong that makes us to set more SPV in all over the world. And meanwhile, we always come up with some new idea for our clients, and we have built a good and long-term relationship with our customer, and also other top player in the shipping chain. So we can come up with some structure for our clients' requirements, such as the TC and the BBC, or some other special structure with the special terms. So that's our advantage to win the project. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have any more questions. Any of you wants to make any last remark? In general, no? No. Okay.
Yeah, may I say
Sure.
something? Yeah, I still believe the future of shipping financing is promising, because there will be around over $2 trillion investment in the industry and in the next decade. So I think Chinese leasing will play a key role in the future. And also I think because ship financing will be more innovative, like I mentioned before, like new structures and new solutions, new partnerships. So it may be driven by external reasons or spontaneously, but I think innovation definitely will be a trend in the future. Yeah.
Anyone else? No? Okay. The funny scenario that I was thinking the other day, because last week was quite intense, as you guys can imagine, with the news that broke out. You could see Chinese leasing being used to establish Chinese ownership for people who are concerned about their identity in terms of doing business in China. Some listed companies, maybe. So it could be interesting. That would be quite ironic, I'd say, but anyway. That's all from me. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah? Finished. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.